But my friends, the voting and even Arafat's speech was not as terrible as the applause, the hysterical applause. After all, the world has lived to see the head of butchers, the head of one who butchers children and women and men innocently, standing at the platform of the United Nations. What a celebration. And UNESCO, after all, who are we and who is Arafat? Now, finally, they will be able to get advice how to educate children, how to build schools that terrorists can enter conveniently. Oh, he has a lot to teach the world, and they'll listen. Not the whole world, not everybody. And I'm speaking not only against those who voted with Arafat. I'm speaking about our friends. And our friends think that they have done their duty when they abstain. Or when they leave the hall because their conscience doesn't even, they can't bear it themselves abstaining in a question of this kind. And I'm thankful to Arafat. He told the truth at the United Nations. Maybe it was important also that some Israelis listened to that. He told the truth. I have great respect for him. He said bluntly, clearly, without any possibility of mistaking, it's not the Western Bank, it's not the Sinai Desert, it's not the Golan Heights, it's everything. He said, the Jews don't need a state. If Hussein hadn't gone to war in 1967, when he shouldn't have, when Eshkol asked him not to go to war, the West Bank would have been in his hands. If Assad hadn't gone to war, the Golan Heights would have been in Syria. If Nasser hadn't gone to war in 1967, the Sinai Desert and the Gaza Strip were in his hands. Where were the Palestinians then? And why do good people tell us, if you had only, some Israelis as well, if you had only gone back to the 1967 borders after the war, then I always ask a foolish question, but I haven't heard one single wise answer. If the 1967 borders are so holy, why was there a war in 1967? All these territories were in the hands of Arab countries. We must explain that in 1948, there were two refugee problems, not one. There's a refugee problem of about 450,000, 500,000 Arabs that fled from here and became refugees in other countries. And there were at least 300,000 Jewish refugees in the camps in Europe 3 years after the war, in Cyprus under barbed wire, and hundreds of thousands of Jews in East European countries. The fact is that we have absorbed since then over 1 million Jews with the help of ourselves through the austerity program, with the help of Jews all over the world, with the help of governments that have given us loans and sometimes grants. And you don't see, there are people that should have more than they have. You don't see barefoot children. There is nobody that is hungry in Israel. There are many things they should have in addition to that. But we have absorbed these people. We have solved a Jewish refugee problem. The fact is that for the first time in Jewish history, maybe, since 1948, there are no Jewish refugees in the world.